Hey y'all, we are the cool ass nerdy dudes. This is episode 13. Hey man, and we are here to it's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has. It seems like it's getting that way. We gotta start catching up. We gotta stop.
Well, you know, it's the summertime.
Taking vacations.
Well, it's the summertime, man. We've been traveling and doing our thing, man. Man, we got a couple of folks sitting in with us this week, man.
Newbies.
Yeah, man. Introduce yourselves, guys.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man? I'm Vince, man. Good to be here with my boys.
Straight Vince.
Straight up, just first name?
Hey, no,
I am who I am.
You know who you are.
My name is Mitchell Shelby. That's who I am.
Atlanta,
Mitchell.
Tennessee, y'all know this brother. WAOK, where you been? WAOK, Mitch puts out films.
I used to sit up and they used to ask me to co-host at WAOK. Yeah. I had one of an unbelievable podcast. Before my brother decided to go back to law school, who I love dearly, called Sucker Free with Rashad Ritchie.
Oh, okay.
Rashad Ritchie and friends, and I'm named, Rashad named me conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby, and I wear it with pride, and I do wear it with pride, brother.
He has been since Tennessee State. Me and this brother went to Tennessee State together.
Yeah,
we met in 1985, and
my God.
We've been boys ever since.
Ever since, man. Ever since.
Yeah, so I am glad to have him on the show.
Thank
glad
you so
to have
much for
everybody.
inviting me, brother.
Hey,
Thank
absolutely.
you so much. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to this. And you will be, both of you will be guests as we come up. John and I were talking about the show, and we wanted to get our feet wet first, and now we're getting to the point where we are starting to feel ourselves, and we're going to start bringing on people and having better topics, or better topics, I guess. And we're growing. We're still growing. We're still getting our feet wet, but yeah.
Well, today, man, we got a hot topic that we gonna talk about, man. It's a hot one.
And that and still continuation.
Okay.
I know you're talking about Carnival, right?
We talking about the hoodlum and the ghetto-ness on the high seas, man.
and black fatigue, which it all kind of plays a part.
Hey, man, we talking about Negro-dem on the high seas.
Now, first and foremost, this is going to be kind of hard. Mitch, have you ever been on Carnival?
That was years ago when I didn't have no money.
Right. So the thing is, the hard thing about that, the hard thing about that is, I've been on Carnival, but when I went, it was back in 2007, so it was all right. I could talk about what we see. Vince said he's never been on a cruise.
I've never been on a cruise yet.
So,
man, I have been on a cruise. I have seen the people. I have seen folks that, you know, I pulled up on the port right next, so I've been on Royal Caribbean.
Right.
And we pulled up next to the Carnival boat.
You say there's a difference?
Oh, brother.
There is a major
Oh,
difference.
man, we pulled up next to the Carnival boat, man. It's a whole different thing, man.
But you see, but what you guys were saying, it's Carnival years in past was a different beast.
Yeah, what changed? What changed Carnival?
It used to just be called the fun ship.
The fun ship, and it was the fun ship.
It was the fun ship, man.
Now I consider Carnival like the Greyhound.
Right.
The Greyhound.
Soul boat.
Yeah.
Soul plane, soul boat.
It went from the fun ship to the fuck ship.
I'm seeing. I've had a friend of mine come back from Carnival, and she said somebody tried to sell her weed on Carnival. Now, this is stuff when we speak about it, I'm talking about somebody that's credible.
Yeah.
She was like, it's sad. She said, it is sad. Carnival is changing, so we're talking about it. I don't know if we talk about Carnival past now, within the past week or month, but they're changing allegedly because of...
Carnival is rebranding.
Yes.
Because they are tired of the Negroes.
They tired
Black
of
fatigue, baby.
What? They are tired of the ignorance.
We change rules.
Yeah.
Rules change because of
they
us.
are tired of the ignorance.
They are tired of us.
They are tired of us. They are tired of the Walmartness.
Mm-hmm. And you can't blame them.
And they are because literally, and I'm gonna say it. And I know you're gonna push back on, but it's not just us. It's the trailer trash mentality also, man.
We just don't want to tell the truth about us.
No, I'm telling the truth about us. I'm telling the truth about everything.
Spanish Harlem of it as well.
It's all of it, man.
Okay.
It's the whole ignorance and dumbassery.
That's one thing about John. He don't want to tell the whole truth about us, John. And I'm not mad.
No, man. I'm telling the whole truth.
We got to be real about us too.
I'm telling the whole truth about the whole thing. I'm telling the truth about the whole thing.
It's them and them and them, but the majority of it is us acting a fool.
It's just the whole problem of It's the way that they handle drink packages. It's the way that they handle. It's part of his big problem is the way that Carnival has handled drink packages too. That's one of the big issues with Carnival. How
What about the drink package?
so Carnival has this thing where they incentivize their drink packages. They put a 15 drink cap on their drink packages. Per day.
Okay.
With the unlimited drinks or whatever, but they put a 15 drink cap on it. So then you go on an excursion during the day, and then you come back and you realize that you haven't drank
Your 15
your
drinks.
15 drinks.
Okay.
So then you all of a sudden try to get your 15 drinks in
Before that night. Okay.
before that night is up, and then you've overdone yourself, and then all of a sudden, alcohol in that shorter period of time that you tried to do yourself in, that doesn't mix well with and then all of a sudden you creating this.
We start acting a fool.
You
Oh,
start
see,
creating.
acting a
You
fool.
start creating acting a fool. So Carnival almost did that to themselves.
Steve, let me say one thing.
Go ahead, man.
May I please? I totally disagree with you.
Okay.
I don't think drinks has absolute. Now, do you mix a good time with alcohol and there's things that happen? I don't think this is a drink issue. I don't think this is a drinking package issue. I've watched videos with people talking about how you game the system to bring your own drinks on the cruise. I think this is a behavior issue. I don't think this has anything. Are you saying to me if it was not a drink issue, we wouldn't be having the behavior that we have now on Carnival Cruise?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that's part of it.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that's amplifying the issue. That's
Alcohol.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say one thing to you, Steve. I don't think, and your name one more time,
Vince.
Vince. I don't think if alcohol had absolutely nothing to do with it, I think the behavior would still be there.
And I kind
From
of
certain
agree.
communities.
Reason I say that, how I acted at Tennessee State. We got there, hey, young kid, whatever, never really a big drinker, and I get to Tennessee State. It's like, oh my God, we can go do what we want to do. I say that to say, I went on a Royal Caribbean cruise 2 years ago, 7-day cruise. I paid for the drink package. I wasn't the only one to pay for the drink package. And not one time, not the whole ship, 7 days, not one fight. I didn't see any arguments. I couldn't have been the only one to pay for the drink package. And I took advantage of it. Royal Caribbean at that time didn't have a limit on drinks. It's not to say that I got out there and just drank, but I wasn't the only one. So why didn't we act that way on Royal Caribbean?
Royal, for one, handles their drink package differently than that's what I'm saying. They handle.
They didn't put a cap on it.
Right. They didn't put a cap on it, which also didn't force you to try to get it all in at one time. That's one.
But you said when they come back from excursions, they try to get it all in.
They
So
were
we
trying
had
to get it.
excursions.
So they were trying to get it all in at one time. They were also, put a cap on how many you could have at one time. It's a whole lot of stuff that Carnival was trying to do. That they were doing with limits and stuff like that. This is what a lot of people were complaining about. So I've been watching a lot of other people that have been talking about this, over the past day or so, who frequent Carnival.
Right.
So this is one of the things. So this isn't me saying this. This is what a lot of people who frequent Carnival are saying is a lot of the issues.
But the behavior that we see, we see it on MARTA buses.
Right.
We see it at church.
Schools.
We see it at school.
On
We
the
s-
streets.
We see it at weddings. We see it at funerals.
This is the black fatigue we're talking about.
We see bad behavior. Name a place where
Restaurants.
you don't restaurants,
Yeah.
fast food.
Well, everybody
places.
wants to turn up.
Everybody.
I don't understand, man. But you know what, man? Being 13% of the population. Let's just say we're 15% of the population.
Say 45 million black people in the U.S.
45 million black people.
40. I know last time I checked 40.
But the behavior that you see, you don't see this from other communities the way you see it from our community all the time.
And again, it's there. But like he said, we don't see
We
it
don't
like we
see
do.
that. When you see Carnival cruises, man, you hadn't seen Billy Bob and Earl out there fighting and arguing the way they do at the pace that you see our community. Like I said, if you said alcohol was a contributing factor, but alcohol, you don't see alcohol at churches. You don't see alcohols at funerals. You don't see alcohols at weddings. You don't see alcohols at baby showers. You don't see alcohol at graduations. You don't see this,
behavior.
but you see the behavior that
agree.
that this is taking place. And we must, one thing about it is, I think, Steve, that we must talk about bad behavior. And the thing about it is, man, I don't want to be thrown up under the bus. I don't want to be thrown up under the bus. But when you address bad behavior, you are the person who's being thrown up under the bus, not the individuals who are exemplifying the behavior.
Right. And we can't cure it that way, because that's what I talked to Vince about earlier. What we do, especially as Black people, I feel we are the biggest contributors to canceling each other. Nobody else counsels us like we counsel each other. And that's the thing is, you got so many Black people out here now scared to say what you just said. We have to walk on eggshells. And if we continuously walk on eggshells here, if we continuously say, well, they do it too, we will never handle what we do. And that's one of my problems as far as dealing with our behavior.
Yeah, right.
We can't cure our behavior, because what we have is, you got your Rollins, your DLs, your Whoopies, your Sunnies, your whoever else who, in my opinion, race baits all the time. They'll look at a Carnival cruise and they will find every excuse in the world for the behavior, like you just said. They will find every excuse in the world, instead of saying, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
We need to fix this problem.
Well, hell, if they cancel, and I don't find it.
But saying what you just said, you'll get canceled.
Yeah, philanthropic. Okay, let me just philanthropic. I don't think you had anyone as more philanthropic as Bill Cosby. Hell, Bill Cosby mentioned bad behavior one time,
And they
canceled him.
Exactly.
Hell, they were getting ready to
Exactly.
cancel President Obama. Remember, he said about bad behavior and things of that nature.
And he quickly shut it down.
And he pivoted, and he pivoted. And so, man, if you're afraid to say, man, hey, man, that our behavior is sometimes not acceptable. Oftentimes or sometimes not acceptable.
getting worse.
It's getting worse.
I think so.
It's not
It's
getting
getting
better
worse.
at all.
John,
Like
do
you
you
said,
think
your
it's getting
school
worse?
police.
Do I
Your
think-
school police. Tell me what you see every day in the schools. Realistic, or can
And
you?
unfortunately, I'm at a mixed school, and I see, and I hate to say it, but it just is what it is. I see our kids, usually the ones that are always.
You got to speak up. My bad. Now. We can't hear a lot of times of these when we watch
I
the
just
show.
see
again.
our kids. They're usually the ones that fight
The behavior.
all the time,
And that's not alcohol.
skipping school. No, well, now they will smoke.
Well, I'm just
They're
saying.
gonna do that too. You know,
we were speaking earlier that
but
it was
it's
alcohol.
just so
and Mitch
much.
brought up the fact
and I'm
that
just
it's
like, come on, man. Like it's not that hard. Come to school, do what you got to do, and then go home and do it. Whatever it is you're gonna do at the house, do it at the house.
But they do it at the house.
But they doing it at
That's
school.
when they come to me.
And it's like, are you serious? Like,
That's when they
come
come
on,
to me.
man.
Yeah. In summertime,
And
we
it's-
have more car break-ins. It's not them. It's not, well, they do it too.
That's
We
true.
have more car
No.
break-ins in our communities. They're not coming to our communities and breaking in the cars.
Right.
They're not coming to our communities and breaking in the homes. They're not coming in our communities and fighting and gang banging. It's us in our communities that's doing this to us.
So we
and
doing
we
it
are, like
in
you
the
said, we're
community, and
40
we doing it at
million
school.
strong. 15% of the population, and we are quickly killing each other. I saw something. I can't think of. Go ahead, keep talking on that. But
Well, no, that's just that's just it. Just say overwhelmingly, it's our kids doing it, and that's what bothers me. Because I'm looking at the other kids, and I'm just like, I know they got some of their issues, but we overwhelmingly are the ones fighting. We're overwhelmingly are the ones getting caught smoking, so on and so forth, skipping class. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah,
And
my
then when
daughter's
I
a
call the
teacher.
parent, why y'all calling me?
Yeah.
It's your kid. And if I put my hands on your kid, then it's gonna be another story. It's gonna be, well, why you put your hands on my son? But it was your son that I called you about the first time, and you ain't want to come get him. So I don't know what we do, but I see it from the kids, I see it from the parents, and then I'm like, what are we doing?
the cycle continues.
What are we
Because you
doing?
can't touch us now. Because and I tell people often, when you have the DLs, I keep bringing the same ones, but it's who they are. The DLs, the Rollins, the Whoopies, the Sunnies. I guarantee you they don't live around black people. I guarantee you they don't. But they're they're the ones that's constantly every day coming on TV, and what are the first thing they're talking about? Racism. racism.
We
But
know
go to the- huh?
we know racism. It does exist.
Yeah, but is
you know,
this the 60s and 70s? Is this the 50s? Hell no.
It's not the 60s. It's not the 50s and 60s. But
it's
still alive and well.
It's a
Maybe
different.
it's just me.
No,
Maybe
no,
the police
it's
just
don't
like
get
me
it twisted.
because
It's
I'm a
alive and
clean
well.
cut. I don't know
It's
why.
just in different
I don't know why
forms.
I don't have an issue
They
with
have
police.
It's a different. It's a
They have
different
forms of
situation,
racism,
man.
but
But it's
it's alive and
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Don't
even-
get it twisted.
it's alive and well, man.
Yeah,
It's-
even as a you know.
You all saying that because of Trump being in office?
No, I ain't got nothing to do with
that.
No. Do I think racism exists? Yes, but we cannot continually make an excuse for what you're saying. Come on, man. We were in. I don't want to get on this slavery and post-slavery and 1965 voting bill. Man, Steve, I'm gonna be very honest with you. We did better as a community after slavery.
Mm-hmm.
We did better as a community.
Okay.
I live in an all-black neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Just all black. These are the highly educated individuals. Their kids went to the schools you guys went to here in Atlanta. But we've done better. But man, we can't say racism has not had an impact on situations and things that go on. Like I'm gonna tell you what I love to watch on TV, brother, especially YouTube brothers being in law enforcement. I love to watch ID refusal videos. Hey, man, these are my rights. You can't violate my rights. Mm-hmm. We can't say that we will be treated the exact same way when hey, these are my First Amendment, my Second Amendment, my Third and Fourth Amendments, how other people are treated. Even when it comes to the Second Amendment, how individuals treat us when we carry weapons, when we have open carry in a constitutional carry state. Am I treated the exact same way that guy's treated when he openly carries his weapon?
I agree.
So now we can't say that racism does not exist.
I never
but
said it didn't exist.
But we must get past the point of blaming racism on behavior issues.
We must get past blaming it on behavior.
Yeah,
issues.
racism is over here, but behavior issue, what we were talking about, the cruise issues, fighting, smoking drugs. Like, for example, at your school, Mays High School, you had a kid that came over to this country, Steve, barely could speak English when he got here. Mm-hmm. That young man became the valedictorian of the whole entire school because he took his education serious. Mm-hmm. Even in Nashville, at Pearl Cone, different places, people are taking education serious. And I just don't think our younger people, not all of our younger people, are taking this thing as serious as they need to take it.
But they don't have the parents that we had that made us take it serious. They don't have that in the homes. And I'm telling you, when I go into the homes, I don't see it. I smell weed. I see all kind of alcohol. I hear the music, which is Glorilla, which is Ghana, which is all these wannabe hard thug rappers. That's all you see.
They don't even send their kids to the same schools.
But listen, man.
Cool.
But going back to Carnival Cruise.
Okay. I'm sorry. We pivoted. Okay, brother. Okay.
Going back to Carnival Cruises, man. These jokers said, y'all can't bring these on. No more fans.
No more fans. Okay.
They said, no more fans.
Right.
Y'all can't.
You know why?
Y'all can't bring. They said, because it's a safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
The fans?
The fans.
So you got everybody in the club on the trip doing this.
They said
so
it's a safety
I can
issue.
see that.
They're saying it's a safety issue.
Okay.
So
no more fans.
behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen to what it says.
All right.
Behavior,
Okay, what else we got?
They saying
No more hip hop.
they have not.
They have not.
They have
confirmed
not.
that.
They have not said that there's no more hip hop.
Right. Matter of fact, they said their DJs play a variety of music.
But they have
Maybe it's a particular kind of hip hop.
no. But they have actually quietly playing. They are playing less and less hip hop. They are. They have made the shift where they are playing less and less hip hop on their cruises.
Did you see the system?
Are you mad at that?
I am not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at it.
Especially this so-called new
Especially
hip-hop.
the bullshit of what it is right now. They can actually throw that shit overboard.
Yeah, really. No, 100%
So
correct.
let me ask you a question, John. So do you mean to tell me if black folks said if they're not playing hip hop or R&B, they're not gonna
They didn't say
cruise?
R&B.
Yeah.
They just said hip-hop.
They didn't say R&B. They just said R&B.
They said hip-hop.
No, they just said
Hey, you know the hip hop they're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just being
BS
facetious.
they
Okay,
playing
yeah,
now.
I'm just being facetious. Because one lady was like, "Well, they don't want us to go on the cruise anymore."
They've absolutely said that.
So-
and they've absolutely you got all kinds of folks saying, "What Carnival's showing us that they don't want our money." Carnival ain't said nothing about them not wanting your money. Carnival said they don't want your
bullshit.
They don't want
the
your
behavior.
bullshit.
They don't want
your bullshit.
And so what our people are obviously saying is, well, we got to bring our bullshit. So if you don't, if we go, we got to bring our bullshit.
Carnival
That's what they're saying.
Carnival.
I like that, brother.
Carnival said you can no longer bring your Bluetooth speakers.
Because don't nobody want to hear your shit.
Yeah, if all four of us took our Bluetooth speakers
And
and
everybody
you
playing
listen
something
to
different.
jazz, you listen to hip hop, you listen to country, and I listen to rock, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to outdrown each other.
Yep.
Well, now us,
and
we
then you're
probably
gonna disturb
respect
the
each
other
other,
folk.
but the kind of crowd that comes, just let's face the reality, is gonna be like, I'm playing Glorilla, while I'm
'Cause
playing Lotto, while I'm playing Gunna.
Because
And
I
they-
was on,
and-
because even on this last Royal
they gonna do it all
Caribbean,
night.
this last Royal Caribbean cruise that I was on, I was actually irritated that somebody had a Bluetooth speaker next door to me playing it at 2:00 in the damn morning. And that was on Royal, and I was like, damn it, I wish this,
I just didn't know people did that. I know it's been a week
Go
or two
to the
since
gym.
I,
They'll do it in the gym in a minute.
yeah.
They'll do it in the gym in a minute.
And I've been on 2 cruises. Now.
Right.
I've only been in my first cruise experience was in September of last year. My second cruise was a month ago.
Okay.
Both of them were on Royal. Two totally different experiences. My first cruise was an Alaskan cruise on Royal. There were no Negroes on that cruise. There were plenty of black people. Wasn't no ninjas.
Because they
it was
want to go
Alaska.
see the culture.
Because it was Alaska.
They want to go for the culture.
Wasn't no-
Exactly. The
there, was
culture.
there was a whole lot of
It's
black
not like
people.
we can go to Jamaica and Bahamas and turn up, but
There was-
Alaska? Why we want to go to Alaska?
There was a whole lot of black people on that cruise, but it wasn't no ninjas.
no fights,
No fights. No fights.
Told you wasn't none of mine.
No,
I
no.
went on the 7th day.
no crap game.
In the
It might have been
in the casino. In the casino.
In the casino, they had a casino. It might have been a crowd game. It might have been a crowd. I mean, it might have been some turn up.
But again,
but
when folk
it
know how
was
to act.
It was controlled.
When no folk know how to act.
But it was an incredible experience, man. It was awesome and it was wonderful, and didn't have no Bluetooth speakers, and at the end, and it was
tell people.
and it was an awesome thing. This last cruise I just went on was to the Bahamas and Coco Cay, and y'all could have kept that shit. I did not enjoy it as much. I mean, it was still Royal, and it wasn't a hood cruise, but it did
Right under it.
But it did. It was
Some
not.
good undertones.
It did, man, because it didn't have the same level of gatekeepingness that.
Oh wow. Wow.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
No,
or nothing.
I know you're not.
Why do we have to make everything hood? I'm still trying to understand. Why
Everywhere we go,
But here's the thing, and once again, but it's also a price point, because here's the other side to it, and I'm gonna say this: it really wasn't just the folks that look like us.
Okay.
It was because at the price point it was a bunch of rowdiness from everybody.
Yep. I've seen that
they could
before.
afford that part.
I've seen it before on flights. Billy Earl and them got drunk.
Yeah.
Before they got on the plane.
Yeah.
And now
And it was getting on my nerves, and I did not experience that
Hey, let me tell you
on the Alaskan cruise.
you didn't experience. And so when you dealing with, and I flew Delta not too long ago, and I was like, damn, I like this. Everybody's professional.
Yep.
Everybody's nice. Leather seats. Now did
Leg room?
did I pay 3 times what I normally would pay comparing to
for a basic economy seat.
Did I pay a few $100? I mean, $300-400 to get where I normally pay like 89. Yeah, but you know what? What went with that, to me, it was worth it.
The level of professionalism, comfort, and
Peace
of mind.
Yeah, and it's just
Even if the plane lands upside down on the runway, you walk away from it.
yeah. you walk away and you walk away
Literally.
So I think that, like, what we're dealing with, are we dealing with class issues now, man?
Yeah.
Are we dealing with class issues?
We're dealing with
doubt.
class.
No doubt.
We're dealing with class and race. We're dealing with
We're
class
dealing
and
with class
race.
and race, but we also look at it as I think you said a little
And
earlier,
education.
Why, right?
And
why is
education.
it always us, or it seems like it's always us? And I
It
think it's just
does.
unfortunately we take it to another level. It's
Yeah,
like we
the-
don't like rules.
the
We don't
level-
like
the
rules.
level
Not
of
all of
this-
us.
Okay.
But we don't like rules.
It goes back to education.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to perception, which goes back to education. It goes back to media coverage, which goes back to education and perception.
Okay.
It all goes back to perception and what's pushed. So it's a self-fulfilling, prophecy almost, or self-fulfilling. What's the word I'm looking for? Like it's the snake that keeps eating its tail or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. So you have what's going on. If you have an image that is constantly promoting this negative thing,
Behavior.
this negative
Let
behavior.
me, okay, that's what
Such like the music. We always talk about this negative hip hop, negative images in our media that's always being pushed. Then that's what's being fed to our youth. That's what's being fed to them. That's how they're supposed to act. That's what they see. That's the role models they have. That's what they hear. That's the diet that they have, and it's constant. And so, it's coming from their peers. And peer pressure is a mug. Peer pressure is so much more powerful than their parent pressure.
That's social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
And if you sit here and look on Instagram is so much more addictive and toxic than anything else that we can do. I mean, it has a dopamine effect on it that's addictive even to us.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Like Steve and I, and if you don't know, Steve and I have been knowing each other. This coming August, we met each other fall of 1985 at
40
Tennessee.
years.
40 years.
Old dirty bastards.
Yeah, man. He right
I'll be
in
58 tomorrow.
He right in the hunt. He right in the
It's
hunt.
all
for it.
good,
But
though,
one thing about it is, I look back and we're talking about social media and influence of others. When we got to Tennessee State University, we only had 3 channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. And at 12 o'clock midnight, 2 of them played like the snow, the snow. And one of them played the Star Spangled Banner over and over and over again. Also, there was no cell phones. We had phones in our room, and we would call our parents collect. You pick your day, you call your parents collect, and then they'll answer the phone. But my point is just the influences of our children. But who's raising our kids, Steve?
Hip hop.
Who are we
Today's hip hop. Today's hip hop.
Who are
Social
we
media.
letting raise
Social
our
media.
children?
Today's hip hop. Because again, the parents aren't our parents. Our parents didn't play that. My dad did not play you coming in my house and listening to Live Crew. He didn't play that. He had Richard Pryor, and he was like, "You're not gonna listen to Richard Pryor." I had to sneak and do these things. These days, the parents are friends with their kids, and it's all good. Let's listen to Gunna together. Let's listen to Glorilla together. Let's listen to all this bullshit together. And we're friends. And when they're friends, it's no discipline. There's no discipline when we're friends. My parents didn't play that. Yours didn't play that.
Yeah.
And you came to my house at Tennessee State and saw my mother was like, "All right, son, you're here. Welcome. But this is how we do things." And it's up to you. It's not we're gonna be.
But we're talking about this. Like, do we have any solutions at all? If you had to give a couple of solutions, what would just a couple of solutions?
Let me
Because
say
I hate
this
to talk
right
about it
and
without providing
Right.
some pushback of a solution.
All right. Well, Carnival,
I say two?
Carnival got a solution.
Right. That's true.
They're just mad about it.
But see, the thing is, when they have a solution, we're the first ones to give pushback. Oh, they're racist. I'm so sick of the race card. I'm so
It's a behavior
sick of the
issue.
race card. It is a behavior issue, but
Everything-
we don't want to hold. We have no accountability.
Everything that
We
Carnival
don't have
said as
accountability.
far as a solution was based on behavior.
Right.
Not race.
And it's the
It
hold
was
us
literally
accountable.
based. I looked at every one of them. And I was like,
I'm not mad at
Say that
it.
one more time.
it was a behavior. Everything that they said that they were when they rebranded
And they're rebranding.
and they rebranded the thing and the rules that they had set, which they said was already in place. It just might not have been as enforced as much. But all of it was behavioral. All of it. So are you saying because you can't control your behavior that Carnival is the problem? Because all they asked you was, we don't allow this. You're not going to be able to do
Anymore.
this. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. That's a behavioral thing.
Welcome aboard.
Again, it goes back to I said we don't like rules.
So
We want to go up there and be there's only $200 to go on this Carnival cruise, and we can act a fool. But now, like you just said, now all of a sudden Carnival says you can't act a fool, and we're mad because now you have rules.
So what, are they going to put you off?
No, here's my thing. If you have a problem
They're
with
not
it,
gonna let you
first of all, if you have a serious problem with it, nobody's begging you to spend your money.
You can
If you have the option
you can go to
to not spend your money with
you
Carnival.
can go to Margaritaville. Margaritaville. They want your money.
You understand what I'm saying?
But
You
they're
have
gonna
the.
do it
That's another
anyway.
thing I don't understand. Like,
They're gonna
if
do
you
it
don't
anyway.
like it, you don't have to spend your money with them.
But that's
It
what
is
I'm
your
saying.
choice.
So here's what's going to happen. This is what I foresee happening.
Okay.
Over the next couple of months.
I know what's gonna happen too.
What's going to happen is you're going to see a group of folks that are going to end up getting put off Carnival ships in somebody's port.
And here comes Sharpton and Rolling and all that.
It doesn't matter. Carnival's not going to care.
Yeah, it won't matter.
Carnival's not going to care.
Hopefully.
Carnival's not going to care. Carnival's not going to care because it's not going to matter because Carnival is already putting it out there right now. This is our policy. Carnival's not going to care.
But all we do is yell racism.
Carnival's not
You can
going to
holler all you want.
Carnival's
Well, here comes
But you better have some merit.
Crump will find a way.
But you better have some merit.
Sharpton will find a way.
You better have some merit.
They'll find a way.
You better have some merit.
Because people are bowing to it now. People are bowing to all you have to do is say it's racist.
Carnival's not going to care right now because they're going. If nothing else, they're going to probably find cover in Trump's America.
Say that one more time.
They're gonna find.
They're going to find cover in Trump's America right now.
Well, think about it.
Explain that.
I'll let them say.
Because I was talking about. Do you remember the sisters who were on the train ride out in California, and they got so loud that they told them, "Hey, ladies, y'all need to relax and calm down a little bit." And there's about 8 or 9, 10 sisters, and Steve, they put them off the train, and the people were like. People were very upset that they put these black women off the train, but they kept asking you, please reduce, because this was one of the stories. I remember this story taking place, and we talked about it. And guess what happened? Their ridership went up from other people. Their ridership went up. And so that may be the situation if you start boycotting Carnival. If you start boycotting Carnival, do you think
other people are gonna say,
other people
I'll go
man,
in
that's what I'm saying.
This is a safe.
So that's what I'm saying. In Trump's America,
That's what
in Trump's
that makes
America.
sense.
So what's going to end up happening is MAGA will say, "Okay, great, we're going to start riding. We're going to hit Carnival."
I think it'd just be MAGA.
I'm using MAGA as an example.
Okay.
MAGA.
I would ride.
I'm not. That's fine. That's fine.
Because I'm like, okay, cool. I can go in here and not worry about weed, fights, everything else, everything that they're trying to
all
prevent.
the accoutrements that come with it.
Yeah,
I had
that has
to want to
nothing to
push
do
back
with
and say
Trump's America.
that would be me too. Like, well, I can take my family on a $500-$600 cruise per person. That I know I know it's not going to be any fights. I know it's not going to be any shooting, any stabbings, any weed. I mean,
now the question is Carnival going to keep their prices the same?
Well, we'll see.
Again,
how much, and we won't notice, how much of their ridership is us?
Well, I think we are a considerable amount of the.
We are a considerable amount.
I don't have any numbers.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't have the numbers either, but it's going to be based on how much of their ridership is us, how much they lose, and then where would they recoup that at?
But they're not going.
Yeah,
John said Trump's America, so that's the only way they'll recoup. Which I'm saying that's just black folks, and there's black folks that are just as tired as
absolutely.
I know
folks
I'm one.
of
I
the
can tell
nonsense.
All of us
And
are, man.
That means that I will say, okay, I feel safe to take my daughter. I wouldn't feel safe taking my daughter on a cruise like that, a 12-year-old.
Why would you?
Because you know
because
what?
there are
I'm probably
families
going to
there.
have to fight because some
and that's my
thug
point.
is going to come and grab her ass or whatever.
Just
that's
do
just
some
how it
stupid shit.
is.
Yeah, just
that's
do some
reality,
stupid shit.
and that's the sad thing about it. We don't want to face reality and talk about.
You're not
going to
take your 12-year-old daughter on a Carnival cruise right now at this point in life.
No,
not at this point. But one thing
I took her on the Royal Caribbean and wasn't worried about a thing. Not one issue on that Royal Caribbean. The worst thing probably happened on that was me. And I almost got left because I sat at St. Kitts. We got to St. Kitts We went out on an excursion. On walking back to the ship, there was a bar. Cool little bar. Beer was $2. I'm talking about real beer, not, whatever. I could see the ship. So my parents and Natalie and everybody else walked back to the ship. Everybody walked back to the ship. I sat at the bar and kicked it. And I'm like, I'm 10 minutes from the ship.
I got time.
I'm 10 minutes from the ship. It ended up me being sprinting to the ship. They were my daughter was calling, my parents were calling. My parents said they are asking where you are.
You were a peer runner?
Yeah. Yes. And what's really funny is that night I'm in the hot tub, right? And there's everybody's in there talking, and they were saying, man, didn't know it was me. Some guy was like, man, it's funny. Some guy almost got left today, and it was all over the ship. And I'm like, damn. So that's the worst thing that happened as far as
you were the peer runner.
What you did?
I didn't run, but I was walking fast. I started walking slow.
You ran.
Then I'm like, okay, they're putting stuff up. So I picked up my step. I was the last one. But yeah, I was getting phone calls. I'm like, damn, they said we had to be back until blah, blah, blah. Royal Caribbean doesn't play that. They mean it.
No.
4 o'clock. It ain't
no, man, because they get fined.
$3.50. I'm cool. I understand.
They get
I'm just
fined.
making a point that was the worst thing that happened on that ship.
They get,
and it's like, man.
They get fined like $10,000 per minute.
Ooh,
shit. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, it's something close to that. If it's like, unless there's like an actual emergency. If there's something that's like beyond their control, right, that's an emergency. But otherwise, if it's just them, hanging out, it's like a $10,000.
You got to pay. You got to pay for it.
One thing about living.
My dad was like, well, he knows how to get. He can fly from here.
So these jokers will pull that gangway and be like,
you put pieces. But one thing about living in Atlanta, and we see it. Like if you ever go to things in Atlanta, Steve, that's why things cost money here, and they raise the price to keep certain people. For example,
but sadly enough. No. We get people that make that money and go.
But no, we're talking about like in New York. Man, the festivals that they have. Chicago, the festivals that they have. Here, they have festivals. They encasing it and raising the price.
But Mitch, you have to understand this.
No. I'm not saying I'm
podcasters and content creators that are making millions that don't understand money, and they are going to those places and ruining them as well. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is we were talking about, is it a behavioral issue, as a class issue? A class issue.
That's class.
People raise. Remember, they used to have the big barbecue thing in Memphis. Oh Lord. Certain things.
That trick.
Young dog.
Preach. But here in Atlanta, man, we my wife and I were talking about that. I was like, man, this should be a free event. Everybody should be able to come to this event. But nope, they raised the price to keep certain individuals and to keep certain behavior.
It's not working.
This is
because we have class. We have people that don't have class
that
are making
got a little money. Yeah, you got some low class people who got money.
Today's rappers. We're not talking about Chuck D, KRS-One. We're talking about Gunna, Lil Yachty.
I'll give you an example. Y'all was talking about y'all friendship. Me and this joker this year. Matter of fact, this summer. 35 years.
Right on.
Boys, right?
Yep.
First cat took me to the Caribbean Festival. We was kids. He was a martyr. Dude, I didn't ride martyr. I was a college boy. We ain't had no martyr. We hit martyr. Hit down the Caribbean Festival, man. Went to the Auburn Fest. Like, we kicked it. This is early 90s. You could do that stuff then.
Yep.
Free, go have fun, get you done.
Yeah.
These jokers come down here and just mess up.
The classless ruin Freaknik. Classless.
And you mentioned about going to somebody. If I came to his house, his mama knew what it was, and she could get on me just like she got on him.
Right.
And vice versa when he came to my house. But we knew how to act, so our parents never had a problem.
Never had a problem
with us hanging because they knew, John coming up, cool. I see John get here. You going over Vince going up, cool. You know what I'm saying? We were taught this is how you act. And my dad and mom had to think, you don't embarrass me when you get out this house.
See,
don't embarrass me.
Let me say something, brother. That's what I fell in love with in Atlanta. We had the same thing in Memphis. But, man, when I was at Tennessee State, I know we're talking about classism and knowing how to act and training from your parents. Man, the girls that came to Tennessee State from Atlanta, sir.
Yeah, we know.
Sir.
Sir. We know.
Debutantes. The way they walk, the way they talk. I'd never seen fingernails done, toes done, professional. Now Atlanta, I'm from Atlanta. East Side. I mean, when I got to Tennessee State to see the young ladies from Atlanta, man, it was a totally different. I know this is part of the conversation.
I think they all acted like that. I didn't see anybody. Now Memphis and Decatur. Those sisters were beautiful, but they stab you. They'll stab you back then.
Back then,
but the girls today are just the young ladies today. Like you said, man, John, you got brothers out here, man. It's 180 degrees out here today, and you got on a hoodie.
They got on a hoodie.
And guess what? I fly early, the early morning flights. I'm going down ML King, 4:30 in the morning. There's about 15, 18 young boys. Guess what, man? Not one of them boys could be 14, 15 years old. What is your 13, 12, 11-year-old kid doing out at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning? But that comes back to discipline from the children. Who's raising our kids today? I mean, discipline from our parents. Who's raising our kids?
That's what I'm talking
about. Who lets you out and don't give a shit where you are?
Let's speak on realistic solutions, like you said. What's realistic solutions?
You got to be a parent.
Let's be
clear.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be a parent to your
realistically. Because we'll do the same thing. One will have gun buybacks. That doesn't work.
Who thought of that dumb shit?
Right. That's one. The other is the same old thing we do every time somebody gets shot, which is every single day. You got the same parents out there, how good a kid he was or she was.
He was just starting to get his life together.
Yeah. And then they're like, will you turn yourself in? That doesn't work. None of this is working. The solution realistically, and a lot of people don't like it, it starts with I hate to say politics, but the politicians, it's who we vote into office. Because you have to understand your city and your county is run by a county commission or city council. Guess what? They run the police department. Guess what? They're the ones that when we vote them in, they're the ones that's going to say, I allow my police department to do this, or I don't allow my police department to do that. And if you don't allow your police department to get out there and police,
Steve, Nelson Mandela said something. Nelson Mandela said, let every house, shack, and shanty be the beginning place of knowledge. These are issues that start at home.
I agree.
And these are issues that are going to have to be cured at home.
At the house, correct.
I agree. That's your solution. That's the solution, today's solution, modern day solution.
I think that these are problems that sometimes can't be policed out. It's just, okay, if you create that behavior, there's going to be certain individuals that deal with you. But at home, when it's John, you don't go to that store and steal stuff that don't belong to you. Those are things that kids are taught at home. So I really, honestly, if you ask me about 2 or 3 things that I think can change our community, number one, graduate from high school. These are very, very simple things. Graduate from high school. Number 2, get a job. If you choose to go to college, if you don't go to college, man, get a job. Last but not least, I know this may offend, and this is not to offend, but it is, man. Hey, man, don't have kids until you're married. Because now I've graduated from high school. I'm gainfully employed. You start looking at things a whole different way as you start building skills and building yourself. I'm gainfully employed. I graduated from high school, and now I'm not going to have children until I get married.
Okay.
Now,
and you think that realistically is what's going to happen now?
No, it's not
realistic solution.
I think those are things
I don't think
realistic.
So here's the thing.
Realistic.
Here's the thing.
Realistic
you are
solutions.
right, but that doesn't solve the issue right this second.
That's
the issue. That is the long-term solution.
Okay.
That is the long-term solution. But that doesn't bridge the gap.
Well, brother, I'll be more than happy to take a couple of solutions from anybody.
That doesn't
right now.
That doesn't
you shot it down.
No, I didn't shoot it down,
again,
brother. I would never shoot it down.
If I sit up here and say policing, it's not because I am a police officer. I'm saying if somebody starts seeing people getting snatched up, put in jail for the dumb shit that they're doing out there, then maybe other people will start saying, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to go out there. I don't want to get snatched up. But we're not allowed. That's what goes back to the city council and county commission. If they're saying stand down when there's riots out here to the police, they're saying stand down and don't do anything. That says, okay, well, I get to do what I want to do out here.
So here's the issue, Steve. And this is where
an issue. I agree with you.
To a point.
No, it's not even
That's
to
all
a, not
good.
not even to a point. I agree with you, and this is not a but it's an and. Arresting somebody and warehousing them is not the answer.
Okay.
Arresting them and warehousing them
You're
is
saying
not
housing
the
them,
answer.
just housing them in
No,
jail.
but see, when I came up with a solution, it seems like it went on deaf ears, and I don't know which podcast it was. I said, let's have 2 jails. I said this. I said, we need to have a jail, one, for the people that don't give a damn. Then we need to have a jail for take away the weights. I don't know if you remember I said that. Take away all the good stuff. Not necessarily saying the stuff that I'm saying we should have in there is not good. Let's start teaching finance in jail.
Yeah.
Let's start teaching business in jail. Because again, I gave the example. If you get out of jail today, because jails are not about rehab.
Nope.
And they come out and they say, hey, John, I want to cut your grass. I just got out of jail. Or is there anything I can do? You remember this?
Yeah, I remember. No, it did not fall. It did not fall on deaf ears.
That's my solution.
I'm saying this again so that you can set that up again.
Okay, that's my solution. Is if we have this where jail is now, prison is now, the way it's set up now, we all know it's not about rehabilitation. It's about holding people until their time is up.
Making money. That's
So
what it's about.
what I said is, if I get out of jail now and I come and say, hey, John, you got anything for me to do? I just got out of jail. You might be like, maybe, maybe not. You can sweep whatever. As opposed to the solution that I had in jail is now we're teaching not how to get a job. We're teaching them business because nobody's going to hire you after you did 30 years, 20 years. You're a felon.
Hell,
So now
5
I'm
years.
teaching you, right. Now I'm teaching you what in jail. Instead of teaching you how to go out here and sexually
Make your
assault
own
somebody, I'm
Create your own
taking the
job.
weights out, the basketballs, the whatever the good stuff. That's the recreational. If you're gonna work out on your own. Now I would treat it like it was when I went through basic training. You're up every morning at 4:30. We're in formation at 4:50. We're running. We're doing push-ups. We're doing sit-ups. You come back. We're going to eat, and now we're going to learn. That's what they did in the Army in the base when I was in. Now I say the same thing for jail, but we're teaching business ownership. Not only business ownership, we're teaching finance, so that when you start your business and you're running your business, you'll know what to do with the money, which is something we should start doing in school as well. But this is what you do. So now I come out of prison and I say, hey, John, I just started a lawn service. I'd like you to give me a shot. I just got out of prison. And you give me a shot, and you say, hey, he did a good job. Hey, Vince, this guy did a good job. Give him a chance. Hey, Mitch, this guy did a good job. Instead of, hey, John, got anything for me to do? Now I've learned. Over here, Mitch taught me how to do film. John taught me how to be a producer. Vince taught me how to law. Steve taught me whatever. This is business.
Yep.
And now I'm running a business. I'm setting up a business as soon as I get out of prison. And when I start making money, I know what to do with it. And instead of going out and saying I'm about 10 Bentleys and houses, blah, 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 I'm going to do something with my money. That is one of the solutions, even though that's too much like right, because jails are not going to do that now, because we know what jails and prisons are about now as far as profit. But that's a solution. That's one of the solutions. But back to my point, as far as talking about the county commission and the city council running the police, yes, we have to set examples on the street. And I'm not saying get out here and do what Rudy Giuliani was talking about in New York, even though I'm not saying it didn't work. But we have to get out here and get at the people that deserve to be get at. Because the thing is,
And not,
we're going to
and not
prison.
letting them right back out. The next day.
Right. They're out and we're letting them out until they kill somebody.
Right.
And then we look back at their record.
And they'll go-
They done raped somebody. They done robbed 4 or 5 people. They've done all this, but we keep letting them out until they kill somebody, and
right.
then it's an issue. We need to set the example up front. So again, when and I'll be done right now. I'll be done. We need to set the example up front. Put him or her in jail for 20 years so that the next person behind them can say, damn, I don't want to go to jail. So maybe they will do what you said, and I'll go to school, I'll graduate, I'll get a job or start a business. But until that, you're not going to do that, because right now there's no influence to say I want to go out and get a job, because right now it's all about I'm going to get out here, I'm going to do whatever, I'm going to turn up and this, I'm going to twerk and I'm going to strip and I'm going to do whatever. That's the influence. I'm going to rap. But you know what, man?
What job are you going to get right out of high school right now, though?
McDonald's?
No. I was at Wendy's today, man. They got a little AI that took my order.
He's right though.
I've seen it. I've seen it back up.
Listen,
The AI took my order.
listen.
Right. So going back to Mitchell's point, how is that going to work right off the bat?
Well, you know,
That's an unrealistic, and I apologize when I say it. It's an unrealistic example because, like John said, we need to talk about what now is going to work. Because nobody's up and saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, all of a sudden decide I want to graduate from high school. All of a sudden want to get a job. All of a sudden want to do right. I want to stop gangbanging.
I think that, most of us college educated, you don't have to look at jobs. For example, you can go to many construction sites right now, different programs. One of my wealthiest friends is 59 years old, retired, and he told me, he said, Shelby, I never made more than $80,000 in my entire life. But when he graduated high school, he had his HVAC license as soon as he graduated. Mm-hmm. And he said, now, there was not 1 year I made less than $250,000 when I got off work. And he bought all these little houses back in the 80s and 90s and 2000s now that are worth $500,000, $600,000. So I'm just saying, there are skills. Everybody doesn't have to go to college.
How many of these young brothers and sisters are out here thinking like that?
So, well, it depends. It depends.
Okay.
Because my Hispanic community in the schools are.
They are.
What about us?
No, this is my point. My point is, you're right. We got to get them early, but I got kids that'd rather go to juvenile than go to school.
That's the point.
So, and juvenile, particularly in this state, don't do them any good. But now they actually started getting them there to what you're talking about. If they actually started doing that then you may not have them by the time they're 17 and 18 where they can be charged as adults.
You're saying if.
But we got to try something. Because what they're doing now, we know don't work.
We're not trying anything.
But my point, that's why I say we got to try something. You asked for a
talking about
solution.
realistic solutions.
No, I'm saying.
Right.
Well, this is a realistic solution. So to your point, my Hispanic brothers and sisters, they listen.
They can
in the cab, they're doing the drywall, they're doing the HVAC, they're doing the auto mechanic.
What about us?
They're doing construction.
And now you got
so
the Latino
we need to
sisters doing
start
the
getting
painting.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I will say this, and I've asked some kids, why don't they look at this? You got kids that are big into cosmetology, which is fine. Ain't my favorite thing, but it's something, right? Mm-hmm. Now they have a movie industry job thing that they do in the high schools now. But you gotta, they're not gonna just bring it to you. You gotta go apply and try to get it.
You know how many kids are out there?
But these jokers can really, I'm talking about behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they got classes.
How many people do you think that'll get hired doing that? I'm not trying to shoot everything down.
Oh, dude, because they were saying there was so many jobs there they're waiting for them to do. I'm just saying what they're telling me.
Okay.
They're saying the jobs are there. That's why they went to the high schools to have these programs, so they can start filling those jobs when these kids get out. Because they're saying the jobs are there, but they don't have the workers right now to fill them. So they're having these programs in these schools to do that kind of thing. Another one that the Hispanic community, I got to give them credit, that they're taking advantage of. Man, they're killing ROTC. They're killing ROTC.
They sure are. Yep.
But they're being taught to be proud to be an American too.
And,
we're not. We're taught to hate America.
Because
hate
a lot of them are first generation Americans. They can now go back and sponsor their parents for citizenship. Also, so there's a dual effect to it.
Well, not right now they can't.
Well,
what about us?
My point.
See, we're always talking about they do it too. Now I'm bringing it back to what about us?
We'll see. We'll see what the climate is like in a couple of years. But right now they can't.
Why don't we promote those kind of things though? My point is, I told all the kids, yo, why you ain't doing that? You see the kid.
That's in the one school that you're at, right? One or two schools that you're at.
Multiply that though.
Yeah, we got some kids, and still, I know
because you can.
We focus on those that small number of kids, but man, there are some kids who are doing, and we all know that there's some fantastic kids out here.
No doubt.
Who are doing some fantastic.
I can tell you right now, man. I get to see the kids that are winning.
Yep, I do too.
I teach at Clark Atlanta University. Okay. So, for fortunately, by the time the kids that get to me are the kids that win.
That win.
And I get to see them every day. So that's the narrative. So we see I get to see the other side of the coin every day.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not all doom and gloom for me.
Yeah, it's not doom and gloom. I have to agree with you, man. I was with these young ladies.
It's about.
I'm not mad at you, dude. Yeah. I hate to be the bad guy.
No. It's no.
I'm out there
No.
and it's fine. I'm out there in it every day.
And
I
see
And I see
the
it
doom
too.
and gloom.
Yeah, I see
No,
it
and
too.
I
understand
see the hopeless.
I'm not,
see
and
it
I'm not in denial about it.
Right.
I'm not in
So,
denial about it.
I
But I'm
know
just,
there's
but
solutions.
I'm saying there are two sides to.
Right. And
There are two
I know
sides
it,
to.
and I'm glad. I promise
And-
you.
and-
I know
and-
it's good.
Yeah.
But
So-
I got to agree with Steve, man. We have to get back to policing. For example, the sheriff in Charlotte, North Carolina said, man, we can't even pull you over. To me, that's the basic of policing. We can't even pull you over because you have expired tags. You have a headlight that's out. Just imagine you pull somebody over, Steve, got expired tags. Now that gives me probable cause to smell the car. Now that gives me
Search the car.
to search the car. Now I find pounds and pounds of weed. That's policing. But we have to get back to individuals, man, who are responsible enough to say, listen, man, no, it's not okay to ride with headlights out. No, it's not okay to not have your car registered. That goes back to what you said. That goes back to saying
they're gonna be like, oh, you should have let him go. What's
and that's
a
what,
headlight?
and that's the sheriff. That's what the sheriff in Charlotte, North Carolina said. To pull cars over with one headlight, expired tags, is racist.
That's bullshit.
What?
That's what we do, though.
That's bullshit.
All we do is yell racism.
That's bullshit.
Hey,
That's
man,
bullshit.
As
now.
I can see you, like I can see some of
That's-
these
that's
cars. They have the
bullshit
cars.
now.
The tint is this black,
Yeah,
and I don't know if you're black or white
If
or,
you can't-
or Asian or Hispanic.
if you can't
but
follow
as soon as
the
you roll the
rules-
window down, now I'm a sellout because I pulled you
Right,
over
right,
because
right.
I knew you were black.
Well,
and
if they're in a
that's
Honda Civic, they're probably Asian.
and if they're in a Dodge Charger, they're probably
They're probably
There
black.
is.
And it's loud as all I do. They probably
wait.
Asian.
But the thing is, we're not going to win until we stop being victims, playing victim, or whatever you want to call
that's
it.
another
We're
step.
not going to win until we stop. But you know who makes them victims? We have a class of people that are poor or under what's the word I'm looking for? Lower class. And guess who they're listening to? Roland, DL, Whoopi, Sonny, and what are they listening to them tell them? You can't do any better than you are. You can't do any better because it's racism. So don't worry. Anything that you do out here, it's racism.
Hey, Brother John, can I really want to say,
We got to put a pin in this. So
Yeah.
go ahead, make your point.
my man here has Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Sonny, Whoopi.
I didn't say their last name, so when they sue,
Okay,
when
no,
they sue,
look-
all I said was Roland.
Yeah,
I didn't say his
but
last
my-
name. DL, I didn't say
My
his last
man,
name.
my man wants some work. Steve sound like he wants some work with them cats, man. He sound like he's a little upset. But I
Because
understand.
that's all they do.
I understand.
They're
what you-
race bait. They're race hustlers. That's all they do. And if they didn't do that, the reason they don't come to the hood and try to change anything in the hood is because it's no money. It's no money to get out here and do what we do or talk about what we talk about. There's no money in it.
And
It's
it ain't
money
sexy.
in preaching racism all
And it
day.
ain't sexy to do it because we do the hard work every day.
Right.
How many kids have you kept from out of jail? How many dudes have you kept out of jail
no
that you
doubt.
could have taken?
No doubt.
But we
All
don't.
day.
You don't. Nobody hears that part.
But there's no money in it.
Yeah,
You're
nobody
right. And
hears
it's
that
not
part.
popular.
Yeah, nobody hears that.
Because if I talked about that, they'd be like, "Oh, you're just looking
Yeah,
to
it
get
is.
some,
Yeah, right.
No, it's no ratings in it. It's no money in it. It's no popularity in it. When I talk like all I see is doom and gloom, and that's not all I see.
Well, I see a lot
but
of it.
there are
See a lot of it.
there's good out there,
It
and
is.
I see good. But again, that's not good for ratings. And again, that's why they're not in the hood. One, they're scared to come to the hood, and that's the people that I'm talking about. And the two, there's no money. There's no money for them to come to the hood and help solve the issues. It's let's keep our audience the way they are. That's how they make money.
All right, y'all. So this has been an interesting conversation, man. We started off talking about Carnival cruises and no more boots on the ground or boots in the sea.
Nope. No fans.
No more fans. No more
Bluetooth.
No more Bluetooth speakers.
Don't bring 'em.
Don't try to sneak your booze on the cruise no more because they said they're gonna check your wine bottles now to make sure that you not trying to replace the wine with other alcohol.
They better
too.
check them bonnets.
They checking
right.
they checking every liquid now. So they're gonna so no more of that stuff. And what else are they checking? They're checking everything.
checking everything.
So all the crazy stuff that behavioral stuff that you said they're dealing with.
And what are we gonna yell when they start checking us?
I ain't going to no cruise.
I ain't going.
Just don't
It's
spend your money.
racist.
Just don't
They're
spend your
only
money.
checking me because I'm black.
Don't spend your money.
But
Try that.
but we can all agree that it's not a racist thing. It's a behavioral thing.
behavioral.
It's a behavioral thing. So now, with that being said, we'll see how this thing pans out over the next. It's going to be
already
real
know it's gonna
interesting,
happen.
and I think you're going to see some folks dropped off in some international ports. They're going to have to figure out their way back.
get back, yeah.
It's going to be real interesting. They're going to be they're going to be disembarked,
That will curb a lot of behavior.
and they're going to have
That'll
to
curb a
Crump,
lot of
Crump will
behavior.
get him some money.
It's going to be real interesting. Hey, y'all, it's been a hoot. I've enjoyed, man. Thank you, Vince, Mitch. It's been great having you
Thank
guys
you
here.
so much for
Hey, man,
having me.
will y'all come back and hang out with us, man?
Absolutely.
I'm not coming back. Not yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to come
All right,
back.
man.
I need some friends in my life. Everybody else can counsel me,
Mitch
man.
has more than enough
Yeah,
friends.
no, I do, brother. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
more
much.
than- Man.
Thank you for inviting me, man. Thank you. So
Hey,
much.
man.
I'm glad to be one of them.
Thank you. You
Hey,
are my friend,
man.
brother.
One day we got to talk about this Georgia State Patrol and these pit maneuvers, man.
I can't do them. So
Well,
I ain't got a whole lot to
that
say.
we'll
I
talk
can't
about
do
not
them.
only that, we'll just talk about police
Policing.
pursuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can't
And
do 'em.
I'm not in. We'll talk about that on another
Not in
show.
favor.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
tell you, I
I
can't
am.
do 'em.
I am.
You
When
in
there
favor?
should be.
When they should be,
Not for a
correct.
flash, not for a headlight being out.
Right,
No,
right,
not for a
Yeah.
tail light being out.
But
No.
but if somebody's doing some
Yeah.
real dangerous stuff,
Somebody just raped somebody. I ain't got no
somebody's
problem.
doing some dangerous
somebody's
stuff.
robbing
Vehemently
somebody, yeah.
opposed to high speed chases.
Even if somebody just got raped or robbed or killed. Really? Please.
Georgia State. If I could speak,
Not
if
just Georgia State.
If I'm not invited back, I would say this here: we need you on the expressway. I go days without seeing a police officer on the expressway or a state trooper. Days. Georgia State, we don't need you in the perimeter. We need you on 20, east and west, 75, 85, 285. That's what we need state troopers at.
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I don't know when we're gonna talk, but we're gonna have this conversation,
Yeah, that's a good
man.
one.
So that's gonna be a good one, man, because Georgia
next
State,
Monday.
Georgia State they've gotten to be notorious.
Yeah.
Man. It is like internationally known that Georgia State Patrol
They will
is
chase you.
nothing.
To
I
be
mean,
played.
Call them God's
The
special
governor's
police.
special police.
GSP
man,
is
my God.
God's
Hey
special
man,
police.
I'm saying it is notorious.
Is it a
Like
height
it is actually a thing on
No.
it is actually a thing on YouTube now where people are talking about Georgia State Patrol internationally. Now.
It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, not just Georgia State. Arkansas is up there too. Arkansas, there's a few of them that don't
Yeah,
play.
they had- man, they-
Again, it goes back to what I said. Sometimes you got to set an example. I'm
Hey,
with
man,
it. I'm with
you
the
know,
example.
that'd be a
I
great-
don't like people getting
That's
killed.
gonna
Like I
be a
said,
conversation.
if you got a tail light out, no. If you got a headlight, no. But
Hey,
if
man.
somebody just raped somebody, robbed somebody, killed somebody, chase on.
They like Kendrick
Pursue
Lamar, man.
on.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show 'em.
Yeah, you ain't behind.
Hey man, we are this cool ass nerdy dudes, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Woo.